Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to continuing coverage of the Women's U.S. Amateur Championship from here at Strokers in the beautiful Palm Harbor, Florida, part of the greater Tampa Bay area. This event brought to you by the American Pool Players Association with our streaming coverage provided by our friends at PoolDog.com. I'm your host, Jason Bowman, and I'm joined by Double J, Jeremy Jones. Jeremy, we're down to the semifinal round in the Women's U.S. Amateur Championship.
Yes, we are, and hard to say not the top three ladies of the week, really, from what I've seen. Stacie coming through the loser side, losing early. Tina, and then Nathalie playing another Hill match.
We've seen 3 Hill matches so far today, folks, so we'll see what happens here in the semifinals, but we've seen some monster comebacks the last couple rounds. I think the ladies are just about ready to go. Before we introduce them, let's run through the tournament format. Of course, race to 5 here. In the semifinal round, it's a combination of 8-ball and 9-ball, 3 games of 8-ball, up to 6 games of 9-ball, double elimination. Both of these players now have absorbed 1 loss, so the winner here is going to move on to the finals. The loser is going to finish in 3rd place. The winner of the lag here chooses either the break or the format. Nathalie Jacob has won the lag once again, and again, like she did last match, has opted to start in the 9-ball format, which means her opponent, Stacie Bourbeau, will have the break here. Before we go to the table, let's hear a quick word from our friends at PoolDog.com.
Tired of the same old when you're buying billiard supplies? Come shop with the big dogs at PoolDog.com. You want pool cues? We've got over 700. Balls, cases, accessories, no problem. Want help with your game? How does hundreds of free training articles sound? Want to shop offline? We'll mail you a free catalog. Hit us up online, PoolDog.com, or call 866-843-3294.
Okay, so it appears they've already broke off in the first game.
Yep, they got a little ahead of us, but this is Nathalie Jacob at the table now.
Yeah, Nathalie picked 9-ball again, and, watching her 8-ball, it looked pretty solid also, but you can't blame her after losing 3 games of 8-ball in a row to end that last match and consequently lose the hot seat.
Yeah, well, she came out strong in that match, led 4-1 to Tina Larson, and left some opportunities out there, and Tina crept back in and hung around. The next thing you know, they're tied up, and Tina takes that decisive Hill rack, and she's in the final. Nathalie's got a little work cut out for her, and she's going to have to do it against a former U.S. Amateur champion in Stacie Bourbeau. Nathalie is from Quebec, up in Canada. I believe at this point she's already guaranteed herself as our highest finishing Canadian ever in the Women's U.S. Amateur Championship.
Well, talked about it that I don't know if these are the 3 best players in the building, but I kind of feel like it's the pool I've seen the best from these 3 ladies.
Right. I tell you what, though, with Nathalie, I mean, we saw her come out so strong, and she's cooled a little bit.
Yeah.
Since that early onslaught against Tina Larson. So we'll see if she can get back on track. Stacie Bourbeau is hoping not.
Well, I think Stacie can take care of her own business, really,
Yeah,
be honest with you. I really like what I see with her as far as a very easy, natural motion. Swings the cue very confidently. And I don't think she minds 9-ball or 8-ball like most of the ladies. Okay, hit that a little thick, so it's going to dress up a shot in the side pocket for her opponent. Now, both these ladies recognizing whoever advances here gets to settle in a little bit in that
Absolutely.
1 race final to 9 that we'll have. I'm not sure if it'll be right after this match. It's supposed to go off at 7, I think.
Yeah, well, I'll be surprised if we're wrapped before 7. We've been a little long on some of these matches with all the Hill showdowns we've seen today.
Okay, so a nice shot in the side and a real natural shot on the 5 to the 6. Going to be a little more work from the 7 to the 8 to the 9. And that's what she's kind of looking at right now. So a 2-rail angle to come right at the 6 with the cue ball. She might catch the 3rd rail just depending on how thin she plays the 5. And she did. Actually got perfect here. This is she can bring the cue ball out a little bit more away from the rail, and she wants to draw it up just maybe 2 or 3 inches. That way a real natural angle on the 7 to go towards the 8 with the cue ball. One thing I've seen from Nathalie that, you know, we saw her miss a few shots, you know, that would have ended that match.
Yeah.
But as far as position play and cue ball movement, really solid and sound decisions. Plays the game like you know, the really good player she is. And real smart right there, just coming 1 rail up to gain that angle on the 8 to come naturally across for the 9. Now she'll have to draw the cue ball a little bit. You know, this game's so mental. You got to leave that behind, what happened against Tina. Okay, nice stroke there.
No doubt in my mind that Nathalie is more confident in her 9-ball game than her 8-ball now, winning the last 2 legs and opting to start in that 9-ball set, giving up the break, which in a winner break format that's a big deal. And once again, she starts off with a victory in the 9-ball set, up 1-0 in this race to 5.
Yeah, and a nice run, just like the last match. She opened clearing the entire table in the last, and there from the 3-ball. Maybe it was the 4. I think it was the 4, actually.
A lot of viewers just joining us. If you're just now tuning in, picking us up on your Facebook feed, this is continuing coverage of the Women's U.S. Amateur Championship being held at Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida. The women's event got underway early yesterday morning. Here we are 36 hours later, Jeremy, down to the final 3. Stacie Bourbeau and Nathalie Jacob squaring off to determine who's going to meet Tina Larson in the final. Two of these 3 ladies, former U.S. Amateur champions, both Stacie and Tina. Yeah, Nathalie looking to add her name to that trophy.
Yeah, and the camera doesn't do the pool room justice there. They keep the tournament area clear. That way no distractions for the players, but plenty up on the rails sweating it.
Oh, yeah.
Going to be a really packed house after tonight. Watch out, cue ball. It's going to catch that corner.
Uh-oh. Scratch there.
Yeah, so Stacie's real first prime opportunity. You know, she made a nice long shot on the 3, but ended up with not much on the 4 in the last game. So ball in hand kind of gets you going.
Get a nice view of the room here at Strokers. Some of the men starting to filter in, registering for their event that begins tomorrow. Stacie rolls that 1 in the side.
She's got an option here to come back with the cue ball or forward for the 3 in the side. Kind of just preference. Okay, that's got to go a little, and I think she got there. A little thinner than she wanted because she really wanted the cue ball to move slowly back towards the 4 in the side. Now she may have to kind of roll her ball lightly. Okay, she attacked. And it's going to get a little bit of a roll, a big roll actually.
No double dip in the finals, Mike. That's going to be an extended race. So once we get to that final match, it is single elimination, but it's a race to 9 as opposed to the race to 5 leading up to the finals.
Yeah, and they're all, you know, very valid arguments about the formats in the finals, but I like the 1 race. A lot of people say, well, it's not just, but I mean, is it just that you lose an early match in the tournament and you have to play double the amount of matches the winner side has just because of 1 early loss or maybe hill or whatever? You know, everyone knows it ahead of time. I like the 1 race, the extended race. I like some of that. I've seen some formats to where, you know, they keep the race where, you know, the person coming from the loser side has to go to 1 more game than the person coming from the winner side. I watched a tournament like that. I thought that was an interesting format.
Of Of course, typically our events in Vegas are modified single elimination, which means you're guaranteed to play twice, not necessarily guaranteed to lose twice. Just depends on when you lose. So if you're going to lose in that event, it's better to lose early on.
Yeah, so you make it to like a final board. Basically, everyone's records erased, and you go to single elimination.
Right.
I like that format as well.
Right.
We do that at some pro events, final 32, final 16.
Yeah, I know the WPBA adopted that model a few years back, and they kind of looked at our system and how we did it. And I think once they got down to like their final 16, they did a redraw, and it became single elim. So different ways to do the things, but, here it's double elimination all the way to the finals.
Okay, that should be okay. You know, she doesn't want to get missable on the 4, which I don't think it really is for her caliber player. And she can go by the 8, I think, and play the 5 in the same side pocket. Now she's elevating a little, so she's going to draw over to that big open space between the 8 and 9. Oh, she played in the corner. Okay. I thought she was going to shoot it in the side.
That corner all day.
Yeah, that corner's
Kryptonite.
Have to remember that corner for a little late night one
Man,
pocket.
yeah, there you go.
I'm going to be breaking to the other hole, I think. Okay, I don't know if she can get at the outside of the 4. I mean, she may have to play rail first, which makes this shot a little more touchy. If she could get at the outside of the 4, you just kind of clip it in and come straight at the 5 with the cue ball. But if that's not available and she's got to go rail first, this is touchy. Okay, she got in there nice and thick, but did you see the direction the cue ball was heading? There was some trouble there, but she managed.
Oh.
Now I'm not sure which way she should go. I think I like just floating this in the side with a little outside English and just staying beside the 8 and taking that little bit of a shot on the 6. She moves the cue ball. You'll notice the 9 has the 6 covered up on one side of the table and the 8's on the other side. So there is some trouble out there. Got to be careful. Oh, she tried to draw into the 8 and just caught it just right to where they put the clamps down on this run. Looking at the jump cue, I think, and it's a tough angle to jump from. Just because if you hit it good to the corner, if you're trying to cut it into the corner, really the scratch is huge in the opposite corner. Now she could jump it and try to bank the 6 long rail. Okay, she's kind of darting it, so that means there's not going to be quite as much power on the jump shot. She got it over, though. She did real well with the cue ball. Now we'll see if Stacie wants to take the jump cue on here and get over that 9 ball, and I think she can get at the 6.
Admiring the menu here at Strokers as the food continues to pass us.
Yeah, monster salad right there. Okay, so a nice shot there by Stacie. I'm not sure if she gave her a little piece of the 6. I think she may have, but she's left some distance. So. Okay, so attacking here. You can see hitting downward on the cue ball. Okay, great shot. But just leave another tough one on the 8. Now she could roll it. her tendency that I've seen is she wants to stay away from the roll shot, and I don't blame her one bit.
Again, this is Nathalie Jacobs' first appearance at the U.S. Amateur Championship, so regardless of the outcome here, very strong showing for her in her initial appearance.
She overcut it. And she's had that tendency when she's trying to direct the cue ball a certain way. It's almost the misses when she has missed is almost always kind of like coordinated with how she wanted the cue ball to go, and it's very easy to do.
See if Stacie can capitalize here.
Well, she's going to edge this ball, it looks like, and try and use the 9 as a snooker. Got to have really good speed control, though. So that's going to be a little upsetting. Wasn't easy, though. Okay, I don't know if I would soft roll this. I think I might come across here. Yeah, like that.
8 inside for Nathalie. Nine in the corner. And a 2-0 lead in this race to 5. Boy, she has been strong in the 9-ball set.
Yeah, and I think, I was just thinking about that, I think Nathalie, by picking the 9-ball, she obviously prefers it. But she obviously wants to get those 6 games of 9-ball in. She wants to make sure the maximum amount of 9-balls being played here in her matches when she has the choice.
Our friends at Pool Dog have a nice offer if you've been looking to try a low deflection shaft. Get a nice value offer there in their new Summit shafts. They come with a Kamui clear soft tip. 60-day guarantee on that as well, so you can try it out, decide if you like it. Nathalie takes a look at the rack, seems satisfied. Positions that cue ball and
even though it is the U.S. Amateur, true professionals here in the manner of no arguments this weekend of any sort.
Great sportsmanship.
Yeah, great sportsmanship.
And we see that quite. I mean, that's pretty much the experience here at the U.S. Amateur Championship. You got a lot of players that are playing for the love of the game.
Mm-hmm.
There's obviously no prize money involved in this event, which makes it unique in that respect. And, so I think the players that come here, have a certain passion for the game, a certain respect for the game, and that carries over into the sportsmanship that we see here.
Yeah, I agree. And the one thing that I see sometimes, though, is, just naturally these people are competing so hard. They're trying so hard. It's easy to get a little upset about something, so pretty impressive.
Alyssa says hi from the pool at the Godfrey. We're jealous, Alyssa. I hope you're enjoying it. Should be a nice sunset tonight. Send us some pictures. What a great hotel it is, too, right there on the bay.
Is she a player or a
I don't know, but she said she's at the pool at the Godfrey.
Oh, there you go.
We're jealous.
Maybe she's here with a player that's playing these next 3 days.
I think they got a concert there tonight. One of the benefits you get when you qualify here for the U.S. Amateur Championship is we do cover your lodging here at the hotel. And really nice facility at the Godfrey.
Yeah, cool hotel.
Yeah.
I got a great view. I've sent plenty of people a little picture of, hey, look at me.
Yeah. They got like an extra pool there where they do pretty crazy pool parties, I think, on the weekend. I kind of want to check that out.
Right.
Evidently, wild,
evidently. Yeah.
We'll be working, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's all right. Hi, Pauline Ostro, one of our league operators up in Maine.
And I think she can get out a little piece of this 2-ball, and that's all that's really needed to make it. And Stacie in her last shot made a nice thin cut. I thought she made it, actually, and bumped the 3 up in a nice position to try and run out. But I think Nathalie's cut off here.
Jeremy, there's a question about the advantage of a low deflection shaft. I'll let you field that one, but I'm understanding that it makes it a little more forgiving if you don't hit your shot exactly as you had hoped.
Well, it's a combination of, making it where you aim a little more the same at every shot, no matter which English. First off, because there's not as much curve of the cue ball. When you hit left, the cue ball goes to the right and it comes back. Well, there's less of that, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the first part of it. That's the low deflection part of it, and then it creates a lot of energy, a lot of power in the low deflection cues, whereas it's easier to draw the ball, a little higher spin rate. I think for players that there's a nice shot there. Players that start today, or even players that haven't started today, but maybe haven't been playing super, super long, I think the transition to low deflection is very doable. And I think there's an advantage there with it, and that's coming from a person that doesn't play with low deflection.
Oh, really? Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
it's interesting all the developments they have in cues. You'd think it's pretty standard piece of equipment, but they're always refining it, making it a little bit better.
Yeah, it's
tweaks to them.
The one thing about the pool equipment that is the reason why you see so much all the time is very similar to golf, to where everyone's swing is a little different. Everyone's build is a little different. Everyone's tempo is a little different. The one thing that I think you won't see much of anymore in the game is the high deflection cues. Mm-hmm. Like some of the older ones back in the 80s and the early 90s that really had a lot of whip. I think that's kind of put those in the museum, I guess you might say. But I think with the maple shafts, you're going to see more of the stiffer ones, and then also, of course, the low deflection.
I don't want to break anything. I saw Tina Larson walk by. We're going to see if we can grab her on her way out just to get her take on this match as she waits for her opponent.
Oh, okay.
Psst, Tina, come join us real quick. Yeah, go ahead. We got Tina Larson here, and Tina is patiently awaiting the winner of this match. We want to get her thoughts here. Let us plug you in real quick, Tina.
Test, 1, 2.
There we go. I hear you.
All right.
Throw that on. We've got former U.S. Amateur Champion Tina Larson, two-time. Already in the finals, looking for that third title. Tina, congratulations on a big comeback in that last match.
Thanks. That was really hard.
Wave to your fans there.
There you are.
Everybody back home in Indiana.
Yeah.
So you're patiently waiting a winner here. What are your thoughts on these ladies? I know you're familiar with both of them. You've seen them plenty of times.
Yeah.
You obviously got to meet Nathalie
she
up close and personal.
She's a tough player. She plays really strong. She knocked me right out of my chair on the first game of 9-ball, and I just couldn't get back. I was praying just to get to 8-ball so I can grind it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I felt like if you could get to the 8-ball, I think any of you ladies that are still in the tournament, could win 3 games of 8-ball pretty easy. I felt like it was definitely closer to an even match. Do you think there was a turning point in the 8-ball? I know there was a couple of funny shots that happened.
I think she missed the 6-ball twice. She missed it in the corner pocket, and then to win, when she tried to play it in the side and get cute, and she clipped my ball and let me back at the table.
Yeah, the 3 cross side. Yeah, the 3 ball, she was trying to hold position for the 8.
Yeah.
And I think she tried to get better position for the 8 and took her eye off the object balls.
Yeah, she just didn't give her what the table,
was giving her. Yeah, exactly.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
When you got a shot like that, just roll it in and take what it gives you. Take your punishment.
Yeah, because she only had about a half a pocket on that ball going by the 12, and we were even commenting on it that, if you try to get a little better position there, you could easily catch that 12 ball and miss the ball. But
I was already congratulating her in my head.
Well, you got a little wait, not too long.
So what do you do other than joining us in the booth here? I mean, you've got a little time off. How do you occupy yourself as you wait for one of those? Are you watching this match?
Yes.
Are you sitting outside? So you're wanting to see who comes out on top here?
Yeah. I'd like to eat. I haven't eaten all day today.
Yeah.
I don't like to eat and play, so
Yeah.
I've got my little pistachios, but you know, they both play great. I've been playing with Stacie for, I don't know, 20 years.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I know you haven't
Yeah.
played Stacie this year in the tournament, but you've obviously run across her
Oh,
in the
yeah.
past. So,
Oh, yeah.
was this your first time playing Nathalie? Had you
Yeah.
played her previously?
No, I've never even met her.
Yeah, her first time here at the U.S. Amateur
Yeah.
Championship. So,
She plays really good.
Yeah.
Reading her bio, which was interesting, she just started back playing after 12 or 13 years
yeah,
off.
just took some time off.
Oh,
good seven ball
Stacie.
there. So,
Yeah, well, be prepared. She's coming back with a storm because she plays really good.
Yeah, she seems to favor 9-ball. She seems to be
She
really
does.
strong in the 9-ball format. Last 2 matches, obviously your match and the match with Stacie, she won the lag, opted to give up the break in favor of that 9-ball format. So
yeah, and then cleared the table both matches. She had a run on you.
Yeah, she
you
had
broke-
2 runs on me, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, she had 2 runs on me, but yeah, that 6-ball, those 2 6-balls were life-saving for me. I just needed to get my head back together. But an 8-ball, that game allows you to grind.
Yeah.
It allows you to, you know, move balls around and play safeties
Yeah,
and make
defend
things
yourself
harder.
a little bit
Yeah,
more,
you
right.
can make it more favorable to you. And I was lucky I was able to play 8-ball because I was for sure dead in the water. There's no doubt.
Well, that's kind of hard to believe watching you play, but yeah, good luck in the finals.
Thanks,
So
guys.
while we've got you here, as Nathalie shoots on this 9-ball, I'm curious. You know, you've won this event twice before.
Yeah.
You've been here many other times. I'm curious what brings you back year after year to compete here.
This is my absolute favorite tournament. When I quit playing 7 years, and I didn't come. And now I don't miss this tournament. This tournament, I jack myself up for all year round. All year round. And you don't win anything except having the prestige of being the U.S. Amateur.
Right.
And having it twice is even a bigger honor.
Right.
And I haven't played in the APA in 15 years, and I just joined the APA again this year. And I enjoy it. I enjoy hanging out. I miss it. I miss hanging out with my friends and stuff. It just gets too hard when your handicap's so high, you know,
Right.
to be competitive. But this tournament, I wish the races were a little longer. 5's a short race, but
Yeah.
APA, anybody can win, and that's what it does. But other than that, this is my absolute favorite. At home, I have 3 trophies on the wall, and both of my amateur trophies are up, and I have one other one.
I hope you reinforce the shelf because those bad boys are a little heavy, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, we were talking about it earlier that between you and Nathalie, that both of you are looking forward to settle in if you could win that last match in that race to 9 in the finals. You
Yeah.
were talking about that short race. Are you thinking about that now? You're going to be more. I think
I'm
y'all
more
played
prepared.
Great, but
Yeah.
I think you're going to see even better pool because you get a little more settled in that race to 9.
Yeah, you're not rushing to the race to 5 is just, you know, it just messes with your mind. You know, it's a short race. You know, you have to, you know, it's like you have to run out. If you get to the table, it's like it's only a race to 5, and anybody can win a race to 5. So if you're not breaking and running racks, you can't win.
Right.
You know, and I let that get in my head, and I never do that, but I did. And I just prayed to get back to 8-ball. That was my goal. When I figured out how bad I was playing 9-ball, I just needed to get back to 8-ball.
Well, I don't think you were playing that bad at 9-ball myself. I think, there were a couple mistakes, obviously, but I think she kind of took charge on the 9-ball.
She absolutely took charge on 9-ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's always hard to pick when you're win or lose the lag what you want to do. But, you know, I always pick 9-ball. And for some reason, this tournament, I've been picking 8-ball. And it's been working out. So maybe I've been doing it wrong all these years.
Well, I don't know. It sounds like you've had some success. So
I'm
try.
guessing you're going to give me a pretty neutral answer, but I'm going to ask the question anyway. Preference here on who you take on in the finals? Preference here on a winner?
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay, I knew that was coming, but I had to ask. I got to ask the hard question.
Yeah,
for the team.
it doesn't matter to me.
just
Well,
worry-
I don't
worry
play.
about
I don't.
yourself,
Yeah, I
right?
don't play
Sure.
against them. I'm
Play
playing
your
against
game.
me.
Play your game.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we'll let you relax for the
That'd
rest
be
of
great.
the time. We appreciate you jumping on with us
Thanks.
and giving us some insight, and we'll see you in the final round here in just a
Perfect.
little while.
And just so
Yeah.
you know, guys are doing a great job.
we appreciate
thank you.
that.
Everybody
Appreciate
is
that.
telling me you guys are doing a great job. So
Great,
Good.
great.
hugs
That's
and kisses.
what we're here for.
Yeah.
All right,
We'll
thanks,
see you in the
guys.
final, Tina.
Okay,
Good
thanks.
luck.
Bye.
So that was Tina Larson, two-time U.S. Amateur champion, and already secured her spot in the finals. Kind enough to stop by and say hello. I know that's always some folks aren't as comfortable on the microphone in front of the camera.
Absolutely, yeah.
Tina's great with that.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's easy to freeze up in any of these types of settings.
How did I know she wasn't going to have a preference on who won this match?
Yeah.
I don't know if she's telling the truth, but I knew the answer I was going to get.
Yeah. Politically, she's correct.
Meanwhile, Nathalie Jacob with a 3-0 lead in this race to 5.
Yeah, she just made one heck of a kick shot on the 2, made it in the upper corner. Now this kiss shot 3 off the 9. It looks like it's probably going to hit the side rail instead of the bottom rail. I think she probably recognizes that, but she's still got an attack going at it. She may move the 9 around. We'll see.
Some questions about how late will the matches go tonight. This is our semifinal round, so we've got one more to go tonight after this. That's obviously the final. Scheduled to kick off at 7 p.m. Eastern. That may or may not happen depending on how this match finishes out. I know at the conclusion of the semifinal round they've got to make some adjustments to the finals. They're going to build a little bit of an arena around it. Got to do a quick photo shoot with our finalists. And then we'll be underway. So it could be a little after that 7 o'clock. The good thing is if you just go ahead and like our Facebook page or you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you get a notification when we go live, and you don't have to look, right? We make life a little bit easier for you.
Technology. Okay, nice safety shot there, I believe. It looks like the 6, the 6 has gotten in the way of most of the 3 ball anyways. So with the 9 being there, she'll probably kick in between the 6 and 4 down to the bottom rail, coming up at the 3 ball. The 9 went there, she probably may go to the side rail, but the 9's kind of got that one not so great. And look at this, she's going to get behind the 9 maybe? No, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Stacie's got to get it going here. Now we've seen some comebacks, but you certainly don't want to continually put yourself in that position. So she'll roll the 3 and go down for the 4 on the opposite side pocket. Okay, speed looks pretty good there. See, just go forward a little bit more. A little more anyways on the 4 to shoot the 6 on the opposite side most likely.
Just joining us, this is continuing coverage of the Women's U.S. Amateur Championship. We are here at Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida. We are down to the semifinal round.
She really eased that one in. A deft touch there to hold a straight in shot on the 6 to where she can just draw the cue ball back. Now she just doesn't want to be dead straight on the 7. A little angle is all. Probably a hair more than she wanted, but that's okay. Going to have a little more cue ball movement than she probably desired it, before she shot the 6, thinking about the 7, but probably have to come back maybe 2 rails or maybe just float across the 9 and play the 9 in the side pocket on the bottom of your screen. Okay, got it down. Really nice cue ball control there too. So looking to get on the board.
Pockets that 9 in the side, and she is on the board. Cuts into Nathalie's lead. If you're interested in competing in this event next year, you can go to our website, usam.poolplayers.com. You can sign up today. You'll compete in a preliminary round. Top players from those preliminary rounds advance here to the championship rounds. So if you dream to be a U.S. Amateur Champion, it all starts by going to our website, getting signed up. And again, you can do that today, right now, in between racks, before the finals, and you'll be all set to compete in a preliminary round next fall. Nice look at the room here at Strokers. A lot of history here in this building. As you see all the championship banners over the years. Moved the U.S. Amateur Championship here to Strokers in 2009. Of course, playing on 9-foot tables here. This is Stacie Bourbeau with the break. This will be the 5th of 6 games of 9-ball that we'll see. Dry break there for Stacie. That'll bring Nathalie back to the table. Mentioned earlier, Nathalie, 56 years old, been playing pool for 25 years, but took an extended break of about 12 years. Just got back in the game earlier this year.
That's good to see, because she should be
Looks like,
playing.
yeah, looks like she picked up right where she left off. I wonder if I took a 12-year break if my golf game would get any better. I don't
Are you a
know.
golfer?
Well, not a good one.
No, me either. I love it, though.
I kind of like the beer drinking, I think, more than the actual golf, but, you know.
I'm pretty serious on the golf when I play. Occasionally I have a beer. Or if it's a tournament, you know, we go out and play a tournament, 4 guys, we definitely have a little drinks then.
Well, it's shocking to hear that a professional pool player would take their golf seriously as well. That's a real shocker. I hear a lot of the pro players actually are pretty decent at golf too, right?
Yeah.
A lot of similarities, I guess, right?
Yeah, very much. The mindset, very similar. Stationary sport, meaning you start with something that's not moving at you or away from you or whatever. But
got to drop a ball in a hole. I mean, there's that.
Chase one around, hit it and chase it, hit it and chase it.
Green grass, green felt.
Right. And the ever so little bit of action, a little bit of gambling involved, you know. Yeah, we used to play a ton on tour, a bunch of us, big groups. Okay, she got a little straight here on the 2, so anytime you're straighter, that doesn't really promote easy cue ball movement. So she's either going to have to punch this and go in between the 5-7 to the side rail and out, or draw straight back. Kind of her choice.
Best pro pool player golfer, who is it?
Ooh. Combination of both, I guess, or just the best golfer that's a pro pool player?
Yeah, the best pro pool. Yeah, just the guy who's best on the golf course that plays professional pool.
Out of the ones I've played with, probably John Schmidt.
John Schmidt, okay.
John Schmidt was a heck of a junior golfer.
What's he called now, Mr. 700?
620. Mr. 600. He ran 626. Yeah.
Set the record.
Yeah, but John, raised in California, he played junior golf with Tiger.
Oh,
actually,
wow.
Yeah. Oh, nice shot.
Ran 620 balls, that's right.
626.
626. Yeah. And whose record did he break?
Willie Mosconi.
Willie, okay.
Yeah, 526.
So you're going to break a record. That's a pretty impressive one to break.
Yeah, it's the biggest record in pool.
Yeah, I thought I saw a story about it in like USA Today or something.
Yeah, New York Times.
Yeah, New York Times. There you go. Yeah, good for John.
Yeah, he took a few months trying to do it. I think I read the post or the article I read. Actually, it was from John, so it was probably a post, but I think it was 4 months or 5 months trying it.
Talk about dedication to
maybe longer,
to
actually.
Accomplishing something,
Yeah, maybe that was just at the last location he tried, because he tried it a few times.
That's 626 consecutive balls made. Is that what
that's right? Playing straight pool.
Wow.
So a little feather on the 4 going behind the 6 with the cue ball here. Oh, really good touch.
Some applause here from the crowd, which has been building throughout the evening. Again, a lot of the men starting to roll in for tomorrow's event, getting registered, hanging out.
Yeah. And
watching the ladies finish off the women's division of the U.S. Amateur Championship.
Yeah, and an educated crowd, but not only for the people that have arrived here. I was here a few days early, and a lot of pool advocates in the pool hall here. It's not just a, you know, some of them are kind of like just nightclubs. Okay. That's going to give a ball in hand.
Yep. Appreciate all you folks at home tuning in, taking in all the coverage. Again, want to thank our friends at PoolDog.com for helping us bring you this free coverage of the Women's U.S. Amateur Championship. If you like what you see, we'd encourage you guys to hit that share button if you would. Help us reach a few more viewers. That means quite a bit to us, means quite a bit to our sponsors like Pool Dog and Action Cues, Aramith, Valley Dynamo, all the folks that help support us and help us bring you these great matches.
Okay, she got quite a bit of angle, which she definitely want an angle to come across. She can come backwards with the cue ball and across, or just she could come across above the side and take the shot on the 6. Not too difficult. What she definitely wants is she has to have angle on the 6 to move for the 7. See the 9 kind of got the 7 a little bit covered up. So along with gaining that angle, she's going to catch that second rail, and she wants to bounce off that second rail. You don't want to land on the rail and really limit the cue ball movement. Okay, she's coming across to that rail, and this is a problem. This is exactly what I was talking about. She's going to have to go forward now and take a long shot on the 7, which may not end up being a problem, but definitely not what she had in mind when starting the run.
Guessing quite a few folks back in Quebec tuning in to watch Nathalie's progress here.
I think she overcut the 6 to where she had too much cue ball movement, and I'm not so sure she can make the 7 now, Jason. Very tight going by that 9, because you can see there's quite a bit of cut on the 7 needed to get it in that lower left-hand corner. Yeah, and that's all stemmed from just overcutting the 6 a little bit, but she's not taking much time, so that tells me she can get at it. Yeah, now taking more time. And this is when you get some distance, hard to tell sometimes if you can just get by there to where you need to contact the 7 to make it. And a huge game, in my opinion, not only, of course, for both ladies, but if Stacie ends up winning this game, we're going to get to the 8-ball side of this match.
Yep.
And that wasn't Nathalie's
too
friend.
kind.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
it was not. We kind of went back through the bracket, too, and saw Nathalie has not had a lot of deep races. The last one, Win Hill, first time she's gone that far in her race, and the 8-ball kind of came back to get her. So see how that plays out.
Yeah, and I said earlier that I liked what I saw with the 8-ball, but you could see definitely a difference in confidence when it comes to her 9-ball game. So at first glance, I kind of thought she couldn't make the 7, and I kind of think that's still. Now, she may be able to spin it with a ton of left English here and try to throw it in, but difficult. Okay, so she's going to give Stacie an opportunity. Not an easy shot in the side. That's a pretty steep angle. It's not that hard when you have to hit it, you know, kind of easy, but she needs a little cue ball movement off the rail to kind of make the 8 a little more playable. She's not taking much time, though. Oh, great shot there. Confident stroke, Jason.
Stacie out of Orange, Massachusetts, 42 years old, been playing for 27 years. She was our 2015 U.S. Amateur Champion.
Yeah, that's going to work out real nice there.
Stacie pockets that 9 ball and pulls within 1 game of Nathalie. This will be the final game of the 9 ball set before we move to 8 ball. Got confirmation that a lot of folks from Montreal are tuning in. Curious who out there is from Massachusetts. Who's rooting for Stacie here? Who's rooting for Nathalie? You want to throw that in the comments? Give an idea for who our viewers. Hi. As the ladies take a quick break. I think we're going to take a quick break ourselves and hear a word from our friends at PoolDog.com.
Tired of the same old when you're buying billiard supplies? Come shop with the big dogs at PullDog.com. You want pool cues? We've got over 700. Balls, cases, accessories, no problem. Want help with your game? How does hundreds of free training articles sound? Want to shop offline? We'll mail you a free catalog. Hit us up online, PullDog.com, or call 866-843-3294.
All right, Stacie Bourbeau back at the table now. Ladies took a quick break. Stacie stopped by to express her joy that it is not 4-1 and is 3-2 after that comeback she had earlier.
Pretty nice opening break. Pretty nice opener on the break there. The 5, I think. Yeah.
There you go.
But a nice spread. She hits them solid. Okay, she's got a 1 ball that's a little thin, but she's got to apply a little bit of right English to come across for the 2.
You know, Jeremy, she comes out of this 3-3 in the 9 ball set against Nathalie. You know, if you've watched Nathalie, I mean, Stacie's got to be feeling pretty good if she can split here.
Kind of feels like the momentum is on her side,
especially
for sure.
Down, early on. So. Meanwhile, Tina Larson patiently awaits.
Yeah, she'll get herself warmed up before the final, I'm sure. Hit a few racks.
She did say she was watching the match, so she's taken note of these ladies' tendencies. Of course, she said she's played Stacie several times over the years, but this was her first time playing Nathalie. And of course, very complimentary, having been down 4-1.
Yeah, almost to the point of thankful.
Yeah.
Okay, kicking to the side rail with a little left spin, getting into the one like that. It's left her a nice shot, though. Okay, she's got to kind of float this a little bit. Not only that, she doesn't want to get too far past the 2-ball. All right, well. So that's 2 misses on the one there this game for Stacie, and kind of unexpected, really. I like what I see with her game.
This is the semifinal round of the Women's U.S. Amateur Championship.
Nathalie will cheat the pocket a little bit, using the rail to come across for the 2. Good speed there, you can see. Now she'll want to get a little angle on the 3 to come back for the 4. The 4 does go by the 9 in the lower left-hand corner. She can actually handle either angle from above the 3 or a hair below the 3. Straight in is the one that's kind of a killer. Okay, so she drew it back, still falling a little too straight, it looks like. I'm not saying she can't get the cue ball back down somewhat, but you'd like to not get much angle on the 4, seeing how the 6 is next. You don't want to be running into the 6 or have a real missable shot on the 4. So you want to try and travel the cue ball down as much as you can near that right side pocket, is what I'm guessing. So she's almost got to use the 6 now if she decides to go at the 4. So she'll go with top English and go into the 6 somewhat mildly, I think. If she draws it, she's taking a chance and not only gaining position, but maybe going right by the 6 and scratching in the lower right corner. There's a 4-9 combination I wouldn't necessarily recommend to shoot at, but I think that's all she can really do is kind of medium roll the 4 in and go into the fat side of the 6. May not end up with a shot, but I don't think she'll get snookered. And I really kind of think she'll come away with some type of play on the 6. Oh, really nice effort there. Really, really nice effort there. Okay, so this will be the bridge most likely. Nathalie does carry an extension. We've seen her use it a few times today, but even this one is a pretty long stretch even with the extension. So it might be the combination of the extension and the bridge. Maybe something like that. Now she'll want to put a little bit of right English on this, that way she doesn't get so thin on the 7. I don't think she's going to go up and back. Yeah. Okay, she got not only some distance, a little thin on the 7, but real natural to come across for the 8. So all about just making the 7, Jason.
Got it.
Well, got a little thin on the 8, so we may see the cue ball go up and down the table to get on the 9. You don't want to hit it so easy to the hole. You might lose a little accuracy. The extremes is when you lose accuracy. Real soft and real hard. You kind of want to stay in that medium zone. So I think she's going to travel up and down the table here. Maybe not, but I think so. So watch out for the upper left corner, and if she overhits it, the lower left corner. That looks pretty perfect on the speed control.
Here we are with this corner pocket. We know how this has gone today.
We haven't talked about that corner in a few minutes.
I know. Corner pocket curse is broken.
There we go.
Nathalie Jacob now on the hill, leading 4-2.
Okay, so now we'll go to the 8 ball.
8-ball rack now. Nathalie will have the break. Stacie will prepare the rack. Again, if you're interested in competing in this event next year, you can go to our website, usam.poolplayers.com. You can sign up today on our website. You'll compete in a preliminary round, and the top players in the preliminary round advance here to the championship rounds in Tampa. If you want to test your game against some of the very best amateur players in the country, really throughout North America. Obviously, we've got Canadians here, Nathalie Jacob being one of them. Nathalie breaking now in the 8-ball rack.
Okay, she broke the head ball, got a stripe down, so she'll attack with the stripes. They're not too bad. I mean, there's a few issues, of course, the 15 and the 3, the 9 and the 5. The 9's not much of a problem. So immediately, the only realistic starter she has is the 10. So she's got to make a decision here on the 10. Do I shoot it off the 5, trying to open that pocket for the 9, or do I go back and forth and just play the 9 in the opposite corner? Okay, good choice there, going back and forth. Because if you play it off the 5, right, you never know if the 5's really going to move that much and open the pocket for the 9. So I think a real wise decision. Thing she's got to deal with now is that 15. She's really got to get at that 15. I'll tell you, if she gains see where the cue ball's at now. Just imagine the cue ball on the same line, but a little closer to the 14. That's a perfect angle to come across and open the 15 up, and then you have the 11 near the 2 that goes in the lower right corner. So, okay, she got a little straight. She might have got exactly where she could cut the 15, and that's just, if she did that, that's just too good, Jason.
That's Double J approved.
Yeah, I like it. And I'll tell you, it's even if she had to spin it in with a lot of throw here, I think I'd go for it. Okay, that tells me she didn't quite get exactly where she wanted on that 15, but you know, you want to get that ball open. I know you got problems if you miss, but still you got serious problems, even more so if you clear the 14, 13, 11 off and don't get at that 15. It's just going to give Stacie too many options to play safe on you. Okay, it looks like she's dropping down one rail on the 13. Still not the most horrible position with the 3, really in a bad spot. Stacie, though, pretty crafty and talented player that is probably going to take a chance at trying to break that out somehow. If she got a little angle on the 7, say, and the side to where the cue ball just naturally goes into the 15 or the 3. All about this first one, though, because don't take your eye off this 6 ball. Watch out. Is the cue ball going into the 1 cleanly? Watch out. Okay, nice shot. Now she's got 2 of them over there, so a little more trouble. And I don't know if she has an offensive shot at all. I don't think she has anything offensive. She could call the 4, trying to make it after the 14 if she wanted. But she wants to block the pocket. Oh, she went it? Oh, nice shot. Good call. Oh, she didn't call it. Okay. I'll tell you what, she got the cue ball safe. I don't think she called safe, though. That's the problem, right?
She's good. She made contact with her object ball first.
Right, but
pocketed her own ball.
Yeah. I think she maybe didn't want to pocket hers, though. Like, so if she had called safe there, no matter if she pocketed hers or not, it would have been Nathalie's turn, correct?
I don't think so.
No, okay. Okay, and that's going to be overhit a little bit. And that one's going to hurt, just because she really needed the 7 ball to get at that 3 and 2, and now she's overran to where she really doesn't have the angle to do so. Okay, she's going to tie more balls up. Oh, no, she's going for the cut or just trying to cover up that side rail also. Pretty smart play. So we're going to see a big-time strategic game here at the end of our first 8-ball game in the 7th rack of this race to 5 semifinal. Still like Nathalie's end of it, I think. It's real close on the position of the balls, but I wouldn't want to make this one. I'd want to just open it up over the pocket a little bit, I think. Oh, she's going for the make. And
scratched.
Yeah. And I'm wondering what her thought process is as far as the future of running out. I mean, you don't want to make more balls if you ain't going to get out. You're really making things a little easier on Stacie as far as repositioning the balls.
Tell you what, we've seen 2 matches now with Nathalie, and she definitely is more proficient in the 9 ball than 8, which is interesting. I don't know if that's just kind of a fluky thing that we've seen or if that's where she's comfortable, more comfortable.
Well, again, I kind of feel like she played a pretty good level at one time, and you know, as you go on with your levels, you know, like myself, for instance, and most guys, you don't play as much 8-ball.
Right.
You know, you play more rotation
Right.
games. So, you know, before she took her hiatus from pool some 12, 13 years ago or whenever it was, I kind of feel like she probably played a lot of 9-ball. And probably getting back into the game, she probably still plays a lot of 9-ball.
Yeah.
So.
Not sure what the pool scene looks like up there in Montreal, but
Canada's pretty big
yeah,
pool, yeah.
Yeah. I just meant in terms of 8-ball, 9-ball.
Oh, yeah. Well, 8-ball's like a pastime up
Yeah.
there, really. I mean, I think some of the best 8-ball players in North America come from Canada. And not just the pro players I'm talking about. I'm talking about the guys that go and compete in a lot of national amateur events. Now, I'm curious here with her attacking on the 2-ball here. Does she try to draw the cue ball back and open the 3? Because if you're going to try and run out, you want to open the balls. Okay, she overcut it. And she may not even be really trying to make that ball. She may have been trying to just get it over the pocket up there and keep her snookered. That'd be a Nathalie.
About 15 minutes away from our scheduled start time in the championship final. I don't think that's going to happen. Obviously, we've got to get through this match. It'll be a few minutes as they get the arena set up there for the championship final. I know they're going to do a quick photo shoot with both of the finalists, so it'll be a few minutes in between, but got business that has to be finished here first, Jeremy.
Yeah, very much so. Okay, she doesn't want the 11 to go too far away. You know, when you're down to, a couple balls and one of them's tied up for sure. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Really.
What's up, David? How you doing, buddy? A lot of familiar faces starting to wander in.
Yeah, and she's going to make the 1 here, and this is about all she can do, I think. And I'm not, it's a touchy shot. The one thing that she can get out of the shot is she's hoping the 15 doesn't allow the 8 to go down in this lower left, but the 8 will be available in other corners. So I'm wondering if I hit this soft and keep the 1 covered up and not make it. Okay, and she didn't cover up the 8 either. So now this game's really in Stacie's hands. If she can bury this first shot, she's supposed to get out from here. Whether that be a thin cut on the 7 in the side, a long shot on the 3 or the 2. And here, the way the balls are landing with the 8 being open, Jason, I go with the 1 I feel the most I'm gonna pocket. I ignore what I feel like is the right shot. I think you can recover from any one of them. So the 2 ball, I think, is a pretty smart one. Yeah. Oh, my.
Watch out.
Oh, my. Okay. And how unlucky is this that I think the 7 has gotten cut off by the 13, and the 3 has become a very difficult shot. So lucky, maybe dodged some bad luck right there.
Dodged
by not
one bullet but
scratching.
found another, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I totally agree with the 2-ball shot. When you got to make one, we talk about it in one pocket, talk about it in like 8-ball or other games. When the pressure's on, shoot one that's close to the cue ball or shoot one that's close to the pocket. One of the two. Don't shoot one that's like that in between. It's like the 3. It was like halfway from the cue ball to the pocket. You want to shoot something you're going to be very accurate with. So, okay, she needs good speed. Okay, so as it was in Stacie's hands a moment ago, and really some misfortune is what kept her from running out right there, catching those 2 points near the side. It's the same thing for Nathalie. If she buries this long distance 13, she can follow down for the 15, and the 8 goes all the way up in the upper left.
You make it sound so easy.
Well, no, yeah. It's not. It's cut and dry more than
said
easy.
than done. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
We'll see. See if she can execute here.
Oh, she hit it great. She hit it great.
1 down, 2 to go.
And she got a little thinner on this 15 than I anticipated. I thought she would go ahead and put a little more steam on the cue ball coming down and getting a little more full on the 15. That way she could hold the cue ball. But so now she's got the 15 she's not going to miss. I just don't believe that's going to happen. But she does have to worry about position on the 8. She may bump the 8 into position a little bit here. The main thing is here, not a lot of speed on the cue ball. If you go by the 8, you just want to drift by the 8, maybe a foot. Okay.
1 big ball to go here.
I think we were more convinced than she was on that one.
8 ball away from a spot in the final for Nathalie Jacob. And a rematch with Tina Larson.
Yeah, and I'm sure one she wants desperately.
Absolutely.
Taking a little more time than normal, and I don't blame her one bit. And here you just don't baby it too much. You don't blast it, obviously, but nice medium roll stroke. Yeah, there you go.
There it goes, folks. Nathalie Jacob punches her ticket to the final with a 5-2 win over Stacie Bourbeau. Nice show of sportsmanship there as the ladies exchange hugs. All right, Jeremy, we're down to the final match here in the Women's U.S. Amateur Championship. Tina Larson, Nathalie Jacob, a rematch of the hot seat.
Yeah.
Chance to avenge an earlier loss for Nathalie, a chance for her to be the first Canadian to ever win the Women's U.S. Amateur Championship. Opportunity for Tina Larson to win her 3rd. So should be a great one, folks. We encourage you guys to come back. We need just a few minutes to get the finals arena set up. Quick photo shoot with our winners. I would anticipate we should be back on the air here in about 20 to 30 minutes. What you can do is like our Facebook page here, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You get a notification as soon as we go live. So keep a lookout. We will be back in just a little while.